So that's awesome. And again, you mentioned the interactivity. The number one thing I love about the web shows that I'm producing, either through Mevio or my own web shows, is that interactivity that is just not found on TV. TV is a passive experience, you know?
So give me an example of how the interactivity on your programs has actually improved the quality of your shows, like created content for your show.
Right. I mean, these are people that are interested in what you're doing, which is super important. They're also super fans, and some that aren't watching, they're brand new watchers. They're not super fans, but you mention their name once, or you mention something that they mentioned in the chat room. Justin.tv, for those who don't know, have a chat room right adjoined to the show. So as it's happening live, they can talk and interact with you. Now, a lot of shows out there don't interact with the people while they're doing the show. They kind of just have it as a passive experience on the side. The chat room kind of talks to themselves. We, with Rad on the Web, Press Pause, and some of the new shows I'm doing, literally bring those people into the show, and that can instantly make a super fan. I mean, you have one person there who hears their name mentioned, like we were talking about, and they are hooked and interested. And they can bring content. They'll bring a website. A good example is recently on Rad on the Web, which is a website review show where we look at brand new websites. We just asked, live in the show, we asked, what is a website you like? And bam, you know, the chat room just filled up.
Of course, everyone's got an opinion.
Of course, has their own opinion. But some were incredible sites once we filtered through the not safe for work ones. But there were some incredible things in there that I learned about, and that could very well be a piece of content for the next show.
So how can you heighten that, or have you heightened that experience anymore? Because I think that's always amazing when you can reach out to your audience to help provide content in the show, which at the same time is enforcing your relationship with the audience and creating super fans. How do you move it, you know, to the next level, or have you, or what?
Yeah, I mean, one of the goals that I want to do is, you know, we always talk about targeted ads when it comes to television, or the new way to target ads online. I mean, for me, these people are interested in what you have to say in your particular show, but they're also potential consumers. I mean, not to, you know, be all corporate-y about it, but to help them find what deals they might like on products, instead of having this deal with, like, you know, those pre-rolls we always get and the things that we just suffer through, you know, on the online advertisements. I'd like to take their input and find out what they want, you know, deals on, like what product's going to help them get. So then in essence, it's a closed loop. Like, you know what I mean? What can I help you?
So maybe that's
just one of the things.
Do you think that's something you could actually sell? Like maybe if you had like a dozen potential, you know.
Oh, for spots in the show.
Sponsors.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, I have these dozen sponsors. You know, they're going to all willingly give things away.
Well,
what
and
do you
that's
want?
a perfect example. Is then you go to those people who are potentially selling in your show, and you go, these people want your thing. Like, it's not like a joke. You're like, oh, or not a joke, but it's not like a guess shot in the dark. Like, I think this might work, and here's some numbers to support my claim. No, here's a bunch of people that literally, you know, you have a chat transcript that says, I want this thing. So I think it's an awesome bargaining tool, but it's also what the people watching your show about. And I'm not just about, obviously, selling to people, but I just want to be able to...
You've got to keep your show on the air.
Make some money. So, yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm excited about the interactive properties of these web shows. And the thing I didn't mention earlier is that with the ability of doing things live, like on Justin TV or Ustream, is you don't need the budget as well. Like, you can shoot from a bedroom and get people that are interested in your content, right? It's more about the content at that point when you're talking from your bedroom. But in your bedroom, you might be playing a video game that everybody wants to see. You might be talking about a how-to video that everybody wants to know about. Then, all of a sudden, the idea of this big TV studio kind of falls away, and you can still have the ability to have fans and interact with them. So I think it's a wildly awesome time.
I agree.
To do a web
so
show.
let's close on this last question.
Yes.
You've done an amazing amount of video production. One of the things I know about video production is you never get it right the first time.
Oh,
so
right.
tell me, you know, give me one story of something you screwed up, and a tip you can give to other video producers out there, whether interactive or just straight production.
Right, I'll say two tips. One, the first one, if you're the host or if you're being on the show in front of camera, you know, definitely don't look at other shows and patting yourself after them at all. Do your thing. Be yourself. Number one thing. People are going to buy you. You know, they're going to buy your honesty and who you are. The second thing is more of a production thing. Lower thirds. All right? If you don't know what that is, it's a little graphic on the bottom that says something cool. Like, say you're talking about Windows 7. It comes up and says Windows 7. You can make them Adobe After Effects. You can find a lot of them free online, After Effects templates. But get lower thirds. It makes everything look better. That is very important, I'm telling you.
All right, well,
Yeah.
the lower third right here is Carlos
You're seeing
Rodela
one right now.
for Mevio.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay,
Thanks a lot, Carlos.
later.